Hello and welcome to another modern cube draft here on YouTube. My name is Ethan, also known as Lord Tupperware, and what have we here? So I'm about what do we got? Three drafts deep in the format. The one we saw here, that green-blue ramp deck, and a couple red-based artifact control decks that I have really liked. The artifact mana is some of the most broken stuff you can do in this cube, it seems like. So I'm pretty happy to pick those up when I get them. This pack unfortunately doesn't have any of those cards, so what are we going to take out of here? Well, Nicol Bolas is powerful, but not really where I want to be in terms of first pick. Cards I'm really looking at are like Elspeth, and to a lesser extent, Student of Warfare is one of the best white weenie cards. Thragtusk, very splashable, very good card in a lot of decks. The life gain is very important, and if you get a card like Mimic Vat, you can really go to town. But I'm probably just going to grab this Elspeth here. Good Planeswalker, really efficient, good with mana rocks, get it out on turn 2, and good in White Weenie if that ends up being an open archetype. Alright, so what do we got here? A not super exciting Planeswalker in Garruk Relentless. Some more good White Weenie cards with Spirit of the Labyrinth and Flicker Wisp. Disenchant is a sideboard card, so those are our white options. But we do have a Sphere of the Suns, and as I said, I really do like this this artifact-based control deck. And Elspeth really does slot into that deck pretty nicely. And we might even wield Destructive Force, because I don't think other people are taking this or Wildfire very highly. So I'm going to grab Sphere and see if we can't get into some sort of white-red artifact deck. Mistravens, like pretty good too in a blue-white tempo deck, I think. But as I've said before, your 4-drop slot can get pretty clogged here. So I'll just grab Sphere. Alright, what do we got here? We got another Planeswalker with Ob Nixilis, which I kind of like. The fact that it can just blow up a creature or be a source of card advantage. It's pretty nice. Right below it is Hero's Downfall, which is really nice catch-all removal. I think Planeswalkers are some of the most powerful things to do in this cube, so having an answer for them is nice. There's also, let's just keep in mind, there's more white aggro stuff. Figure of Destiny and Solemn Recruit are all pretty dang good cards for White Weenie. So this is kind of a pivotal pick. I would rather not draft a streamlined controlled or streamlined aggro deck, so I'm just gonna grab Obnix and maybe we can do some sort of artifact nonsense. Or control Planeswalker Super Friends nonsense, rather. Alright, well, there's a Dragon Hunter and an Imposing Sovereign, and then not much else. Like, Yahenni's Expertise is not the kind of Wrath that I'm trying to draft. I'm going to grab Dragon Hunter here and move into White Weenie if it is open. Otherwise, we could, like, take Creeping Tar Pit, could take Pilgrim's Eye, but I think this is a signal. We've seen a couple cards as signals, and now we've got a Heart of Kiran and a Core Hookmaster. Heart of Kiran can sort of toe the line a little bit for us, but I still think this is going to be better in an aggro deck for us than Core Hookmaster. And if we do end up being this sort of weird Planeswalker-y deck, Heart of Kiran's great in that too. So keep our options open a little bit here by taking that. Mirror Entity, very good in a White Weenie deck, especially because you're often going wide with tokens, so the fact that this can turn all your 1/1s into 2/2s or 3/3s on its own is pretty great. Crypt Gas would be nice if we were going this whatever Planeswalker Super Friends route, but I'm going to grab Mirror Entity, stick to the white version of this deck, I think, and probably not be playing Obnix and Sphere of the Suns, but we'll see. I mean, we'll really find out if this deck is open based on what wheels. Like, does Student of Warfare wheel out of our first pack? Then we'll know no one else is drafting white aggro. Even if that's gone, I think we might get a couple other cards on the wheel. But if one other person is drafting the deck, our deck will be significantly worse. So I'll figure it out based on if that card comes around. Okay, well, there's a Sun Titan, but I don't really want to play a 6-drop in this kind of deck. I do like Bygone Bishop, though. We're going to be casting a lot of cheap creatures, and having a source of card advantage in a white deck is really valuable. This also could, again, slot into... I still feel like we're kind of towing the line between going full aggro or not, so I like taking Bishop here. Sun Titan is very good and certainly would go in the more control-y version of the deck. That would be the deck that includes Obnix and Sphere, but again, I'd like to sort of keep my options open. All right, pretty sure we can safely say that white is open, and more specifically, maybe even white-blue. Reflector Mage is really nice, but I'm going to probably just grab Thalia here. Thalia's, like, obviously not great with, like, Elspeth or Heart of Kiran, but I think it's better than taking Banisher Priest or Angel of Sanctions. Just, though this can grab anything, right? Non-land permanent. Alright, I'm going to grab Angel of Sanctions. This can grab Planeswalkers, too. I always forget that. That's pretty gross. Okay, so, interesting. So, what's it called? Did not wheel. The, oh my god, I'm blanking on the card's name. The Student of Warfare did not wheel. So that 1-drop white creature, which I think is one of the best cards for White Weenie. So if someone else is drafting that, I'm fine to get out of it. I can go white-black. I can grab Temple, Black Sun Zenith, Devour, or Wander in Death here. I'm going to grab Temple over the situational Rampy Wrath and have a nice fixer. We're not necessarily going to be black, but Obnix is very good, and I think white-black has a lot of options for us. I'll say Destructive Force wield. That's interesting. I don't really want Precursor Golem. Could take Mistraven and still think about being that that blue-white tempo aggro version. But I'm going to grab Destructive Force. If we end up red-white with some more mana rocks, this card can be very good. I'm not very impressed by Precursor Golem. I just feel like it often just gets killed the turn you play it. And Disenchant is a good sideboard card as well. But we'll have more options for that kind of effect if we are in... if we're in white. We'll have like O-Rings or Banishing Lights, things like that. That's a late Thundermaw Hellkite. Some late red here. Maybe we're supposed to be red-white aggro. I guess Char is better than Stoke, just being cheaper. Interesting, yeah, not sure. Not sure what we're supposed to do at this point. Maybe I got married to this Obnix and shouldn't have taken that Temple. Ooh, we got an Elesh Norn. That's pretty nice. Alright, definitely I think want to be more on the control side. Definitely white-based, and then we'll figure out what else we want to do as the draft progresses. But I think we've got some powerful top end. And I'm pretty happy that I didn't take Thalia, and I did take Angel of Sanctions, because I think this card's going to be pretty good for us. Ruthless Ripper, that's what this card is called. This could be alright, maybe. I don't know. Is a 1/1 Death Touch even good? I guess the fact that you can surprise people with its unmorph cost is, like, fine, but not really exciting, I think. Yeah, Prophetic Flamespeaker just never really makes the cut in aggro red decks. A 2-power thing for 3 mana is not what you want. So, certainly could be playing red. I would like some more mana rocks. I'd like some more planeswalkers. Makes Heart of Kiran better. Heart of Kiran I think is going to be quite good in this deck. Alright, what have we here? So, we've got a Chromatic Lantern. There's a mana rock for us. We've got Solemn Simulacrum, or Solemn Simulacrum, whatever. I don't ever know how you say this. That's a pretty good card. Path to Exile, Catch-All Removal, and Anafenza for the aggro version / Shrine of Loyal Legions for aggro deck. Nice with Mirror Entity, etc. But I think with Elesh Norn, with these Planeswalkers, I think I'm going to just grab Chromatic Lantern. And we might still, like, the Artifact Mana Destructive Force deck I think is very good, and it's still perhaps alive with us having this. I don't think we're going to wheel anything. It seems unlikely. Like Solemn is a card I would really like, but that's going to be gone. Path will be gone. I assume Shrine will be gone. So I don't think we're wheeling anything, but I'm just going to grab Chromatic Lantern here and see what comes. Well now, that is a Dragonlord Silumgar. This is a really powerful spell. Being able to steal their best creature or even their planeswalker with this is just pretty backbreaking for the opponent. Other option, this is what we're taking. I think if it were not here, I'd probably grab Cast Out. I think Cast Out's pretty valuable. But now we might be moving into like an Esper kind of deck, which I think is totally fine. Esper Control seems nice to me. We'll need some Wraths, we'll need some more mana rocks, but I think we can get there. This pack certainly is a bit of a letdown. Reflecting Pool is actually pretty nice because if we are base white black, or even if we move into white blue, a lot of those cards have double color commitments. So the fact that this helps fix, like you can have a Plains and a Swamp and this and be able to cast double white and double black is nice. Despise is like pretty good. You can get a creature or Planeswalker card out of their hand, but I'd certainly rather probably have Duress or Thoughtseize. Maybe I'd rather have this over Duress. I don't know. This is a creature-based format after all. I think Liliana Spectre is also pretty fine. Just a straight up 2-for-1. But I think I'm just going to grab Reflecting Pool. Looks like we're okay on playables at the moment. Interesting. All right, so white has dried up. It seems. I mean, tough to sort of know about signals in cube, but it doesn't really look like white's crazy open for us, which is fine. We've got some balmy 7-drops in black, but with only Sphere and Chromatic Lantern, I'm a little wary of taking them here, especially because, you know, a Grave Titan, or there just are other cards besides Runescar Demon and Sheoldred that I could see wanting here. Though Sheoldred is one of the best things to ramp into. One of the best finishers for sure. Do we want to grab both Praetors from, what's it called? What is this set? God, New Phyrexia. There we go. I guess the other option would be to just grab Caves of Koilos for fixing, but so far I think we're all right. Yeah, I'm going to grab Sheoldred here. Oh, we get an Archangel Avacyn, an Evolving Wilds, Go for the Throat, and I guess that's it. Archangel Avacyn is pretty dang good. This Bygone Bishop is looking bad right now. Bygone Bishop looking bad. Do I just want a removal spell? Do I want another 5? I think I gotta take the removal over the 5-drop. Just, our top end is high. We gotta survive to get there, and I think we need removal for that to happen. Alright, there's not much in our colors here. There's a Soldier of the Pantheon, which I guess would be for the aggressive version of this deck, which I don't think is coming together. And that's about it. I mean, I cannot play Dark Confidant in a deck with a bunch of 7-drops. Otherwise, and there's nothing that helps me fix for blue here. There is something that fixes for red if we thought we were dipping into red here, but I think we're not. I guess in a world where we end up aggressive, I could play Soldier of the Pantheon. Not sure. Ooh, Damnation is perfect. That's exactly what we need. We really need a Wrath. So even though we've got a couple other options with Wrath of God and Day of Judgment in white, just going to take the opportunity to grab this one here. A lot of these cards are good for us. Isolated Chapel, Mind Stone, Shriekmaw. Even SRAM's Expertise might be playable here. But I'm going to grab Damnation. Nice. So there's Fetid Heath, more black-white fixing. There's Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, which I think is what I want to take here. It is more fit for an aggressive deck, but it's nice to have another Planeswalker with Heart of Kiran. Nice that it just protects itself and makes little 1/1s. Survives, like, not something to do after a Wrath. Good with Elesh Norn. So all those things I think add up to a reason to take it here over Fetid Heath. Cyclonic Rift is probably one of the best things you can ramp into as well. But I'm just going to grab the Sorin here. Oh, nice. We wield Fetid Pools, which is pretty relevant now that we're splashing Dragonlord Silumgar. I like that over Icefall Regent and Ink Eyes. And the fact that Shrine Wield is kind of interesting. But the White Drafter probably just took Path to Exile over it, so don't need to read too much into that. Well, well, well. Far and Away, or Sorin Markov, or a Johnny Goldmane. We already do have a Sorin. A Johnny is nice with some things making tokens, and the fact that it can gain life, but so can Sorin. Some decks do just fold to this card, but I think we probably just want Far and Away. The fact that we can just cast away as an Edict is nice, and then with Chromatic Lantern and Sphere and some of our fixing, could be able to fuse it later on. I'll take Forsake for the board over Spectre, I think. Yeah, I think I'd like to have access to enchantment artifact removal. Liliana Spectre is just not super exciting for us. I'm not sure what kind of deck that's supposed to go in. A little light on playables, but we could jam Forsaken there. Ooh. How many 7-drops is too many 7-drops? I mean, I guess we take it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We need we've passed Mind Stone. We did pass Mind Stone over for Damnation, which pains me, but is correct. We've still got a few other things we could grab: Coalition Relic, Cold Steel Heart, Gilded Lotus if we're so lucky. Though it is another 5-drop. We just need some more early interaction. Maybe this Ruthless Sniper. Herald of Torment is not. So is there a black aggro deck? There's that 3-1. There's Dark Confidant. There's Herald of Torment. Sure. I don't know what's better. I don't think we're playing red. Drakehaven. What do we got? Fetid Pools. Oops. Pardon me. Yep. That's embarrassing. All right, what do we got in this pack? A lot of options for us. Really, I think it comes down to Mind Shatter versus Phyrexian Arena. And I think Mind Shatter is great, but probably less good in this. Like, Mind Twist is insanely good. Mind Shatter might be really good. We've already just got so much top end, and black-white is going to lack card advantage, so I'm going to take Phyrexian Arena here. This card really impresses me, and can just, like, every time I see it in play, it's a huge problem. People are not main decking, or maybe don't even have access to artifact or enchantment removal very often. So this is I think this is a pretty good pick for us here. And I think we could wheel something. Could wheel this A Darker Wastes, this Linvala. I guess that's about it that I would want, but grab Arena. How many effects that lose us life are too many? Bitter Blossom is really good, but having Bitter Blossom and Arena kind of scares me. But I could take Bitter Blossom and I could see Obsidat wheeling, and Obsidat is just perfection for this deck. Bitter Blossom is nice with Sorin too. And Elesh Norn. Also just like helps keep us alive in the early game and can pose a threat to our opponents. Maybe we're less controlling than I thought. The other option is like just grabbing Polluted Delta. Some removal here with Fatal Push and Temporal Isolation. I think we could really wheel Obsidat. Unless someone is exactly in black-white, which I don't think they are. I think we might wheel that. I'm going to take Bitter Blossom. One of the most powerful things that you can do on turn 2, I do believe. Ooh, Archangel of Thune. Now we're talking. Alright, so we've got Sorin to gain us life. If Obsidat wheels, which I think it can, that's going to be pretty sweet. This card is a real house. And I definitely think it's what we want to pick here. The other options are really not good for us. Collective Effort is okay. Victim of Night is okay. Lifebane Zombie is really strictly sideboard, I think. And Spellskite is nice early defense, but I don't know. I don't think it's really what we need. I think Archangel of Thune is nice to have. Now I do believe I just want to grab Marsh Flats. Now remember what I said about being white-black. Like, look at all of our cards. Double black, double white, double black, double white, right? Everything is pretty color committing. So having flats here is nice. I wouldn't be opposed to an Adorned Pouncer. It could wheel. But I'm just going to grab flats here. There's that Wildfire for the deck that could have been. Didn't get quite enough mana rocks, but I'm happy to have Sphere and Chromatic Lantern. Happy to have Arena, actually. Haven't had an Elspeth version of this deck yet. Or Elspeth. Esper version of this deck yet. Talking is hard, you guys. Really hard. Just jam Drakehaven, right? How the heck is Drakehaven in here? There's not cycling and discarding, is there? Not enough, at least. Be very impressed if someone got that to work. Ooh, there is so many goodies here for us. Murderous Cut, Mere Battlesphere, Mimic that, very good, but just gotta be Gonti. Gonti, too powerful, too strong. Really exactly what we want, right? He's going to come in, he's going to give us just a straight up 2-for-1. That's how our deck is going to win with cards like this. I'm really happy to have this as a pickup. I think this Heart of Kiran is going to be pretty dang good at protecting our Planeswalkers as well. Only thing I'm a little, I think, skeptical of Sheoldred at the moment. Like, one of these 2/7s might have to go. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how this deck looks. I think this Forsake is going to be good enough. I mean, just look at what we've got. We've got artifacts and enchantments that you want to kill. I would assume other people do as well. You could even play Vivid Grove as a colorless land that can tap for anything. Okay, what are our options here? Do we think gaining life or dealing damage is more important? Do we think gaining life or dealing damage is more important? My guess is gaining life is going to be more important for us. With Bitter Blossom and Arena in play. It's also another... Oh! Wait. If we have a sacrifice effect, we can go infinite with Archangel and Kitchen Finks. Right? If we have a way to sacrifice or kill something. Oh, we're definitely taking Finks here. Huh. Is there any way that that's going to come together for us? Well, in any event, happy to have those two together. That's pretty cool. This will probably be a 17-land deck, though. It's quite mana hungry. Mirai Angel makes tokens. Pitiless Horde does not fit this deck. There is an aggro black deck. Interesting. There's Misty Rainforest, but we don't need it. Censor, and I still have no idea what this is doing here. Grab a Mirai Angel. Well, we're probably not playing it. I mean, it's not like we're not really that sort of go wide token deck. Just waiting on people to make their picks here. Ah, someone's disconnected. That's nice. Ooh, very interesting pick here. Aethersphere Harvester, again, more lifelink. Declaration in Stone is nice removal for tokens, and also just for we don't have a lot of catch-all removals, but we've basically got Go for the Throat, Damnation, Angel, and Dragon Lord. It's like pretty good. Skin Render's nice. I think I kind of want this Harvester. Pretty nice with all of our things that make 1/1s like Blossom and Elspeth and Sorin. So I'm going to grab Harvester here. And the fact that it gains life, I think we're going to be behind in enough spots where having the Harvester is going to be pretty good. Alright, alright. Do we want Siege Rhino? Is there any world where we want to play Siege Rhino in this deck? Like, just play Vivid Grove and with Chromatic Lantern and Sphere of the Suns and just have it as a, like, thing that's tough to deal with and gains us life. I think so. I think that's the most likely option out of these picks here. I'm not playing Glorybound Initiate. And I really don't think that's going to mess up our mana too much to just play a Vivid Grove. Play Splash Siege Rhino off Vivid Grove, Chromatic Lantern, and Sphere of the Suns. I think that's totally fine. Oh, baby, we did it. I even forgot that we were thinking about this wheeling. But it came around. Oh, we got a spicy one here. We got a spicy little Orzhov control deck. It's got life gain. Got removal. Got planeswalkers. Seems good to me. Maybe with the cycling land and the scry land, we just run 18. Our deck's mana hungry for sure. I guess Spellskite, good against like Kiki combo. Like, which is a better thing to sideboard against? Lifebane Zombie or Spellskite? I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny. Spellskite also does double duty against aggro decks, I guess. Wait, I guess Spellskite doesn't... My bad. Spellskite doesn't work with Kiki-Jiki. It only works against Splinter Twin. Ooh. Adorned Pouncer? We could play this. I mean, it's pretty sweet with Elspeth, pretty sweet with Sorin. I don't know. We don't need to main it, though. Is Heart of Kiran bad for us, maybe? Wow, Murderous Cut. That's probably got to get played. Maybe I don't need Far and Away then. Or maybe I don't need Forsake. I don't need Forsake main. Maybe Heart of Kiran is bad. I have 3 Planeswalkers. I don't have a ton of creatures that can crew it. I'm curious to try it out. I think some decks are just going to fold to Obsidian. Just like we did in Modern Masters. Alright. Come on in, friends. Add basic lands. No forests for us. I think N Island seems okay. Sort by color. Yeah, so just no forests. 1 island for... No, we have fetid pools. No, I don't need an island. Alright. 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus the sphere and the lantern. Cool. Alright. I'm very excited to see how this deck performs. I think a lot of how the first match goes may dictate what changes we make, like if we feel like we're getting flooded, etc. But I think I like this to start. Alright. See y'all for match